Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy Comeback video. Today is a special mail day. Card I've been looking for my Tiger collection, specifically my Willie Horton collection. And I'm kind of I don't want to say I'm a Willie Horton super collector, but there's some cards from the 60s and 70s from his playing days. It's really hard to find. Test issues, regionals, and one and done sets. That's kind of hard to find. And Willie Horton is one of my favorite Tigers of all time. So when I see a cool Willie Horton that's hard to find, I'll pick it up. So this is my showcase of my Willie Horton rarities and oddities and oddballs and such. I'll showcase that. And at the end, I'll give you my mail day for the day. A card I've been looking for a while. One of those cards I also was looking for, the National. I tried to get one on eBay. Had my watch list, got it offer a couple times, but I kept on saying, no, I'll get it cheaper later. Got it cheaper later, and ended up losing out on them. I was being too cheap. I should have bought it then, but at the end of the day, I got it today. First of all, I'll call this a rarity because they're a little harder to find. Because it's a high number, 72 tops, high number Willie Horton, right here. And this is one of my all-time favorite Willie Horton cards. I think it's a great image of Willie Horton. And you see the big 23 there. Fun fact, Willie Horton, he was the first non-Hall of Famer to have his number retired in Detroit Tiger history. The only other one is Lou Whitaker. And I think he will become a Hall of Famer at some point. So Willie Horton will become the the only non-Hall of Famer to have his number retired in Detroit Tiger history. Why is his number retired? Yeah, he was All-Star Slugger, World Series champion, very respected teammate, blah, 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 blah. But it goes well beyond that. Willie Horton was actually the first black African-American player from Detroit. He is from Detroit, high school, everything. Signed and developed the Tigers farm system, the Detroit native, homegrown. He was the first homegrown black player from local ties to become a star, and he's a local legend. One of my favorite Willie Horton stories, if you know your American history and riots and such, you all know about the Detroit riots in 1967, and where the little racism, the motor companies are, kind of start moving out of Detroit, and there's huge riots in Detroit. It was one of the biggest domestic violent incidents in U.S. history. And Willie Horton is from Detroit, so one afternoon in like late August or so, after an afternoon game, the riots was going on, and so he decided, while in uniform, go down towards the riots and try to subdue the riots in uniform. And that's part of his legacy. And local hero, local ties. He ended up leaving Detroit, finish his career in Toronto, Texas, Cleveland, and Seattle. It's a full-time DH, but came back to Detroit. Works for he actually was a first base coach for the Yankees in the mid-'80s, and he actually, I think, was under Billy Martin, one of Billy Martin's stints, because Billy Martin was, ties with Willie Horton as one of his managers at the time, while with the Tigers. But he still, to this day, he works for part of the Detroit Tigers organization, and he's still around the ball club in Comerica Park. He's still seen. He's a mentor to everybody, and he's a mentor to Miggy. Miguel Cabrera considered him as a father figure and a confidant to Willie Horton. So Willie Horton is a local legend in Detroit in several ways, and he's still going strong. Another cool Willie Horton card. This is my only Bazooka card, vintage Bazooka, 1968. These are on the side of Bazooka gum boxes. I like these old Bazooka cards. This is my only Bazooka. Here's my Willie Horton Bazooka, 68 Bazooka. Next up is my 67 tops Venezuelan Willie Horton. A really nice example. I like the 67s because it's easy to tell that they're Venezuelan away from uh, regular Topps cards, and these are super flimsy if you take them out of the top loader, and they are super thin and flimsy. And my 67 Topps Vinny of Willie Horton. And today's mail day is a very special one. It's 1974 Topps issue, and part of the thing I got is I got the wrapper with a wrapper too. I'm not a big wrapper fan collector, so probably still keep it and everything. I'm not gonna throw it away, but you know, down the line I might give it away or something. But as for now, I'm gonna keep it because I might just keep it with my Willie Horton here. What is it? So 1974 Topps. Take out the wrapper here. Decal Edge. This is the back. There's back variances. There's a white color back. I think there's a proof blank back, and it tells you where the photograph was taken and like a mock or a part of a headlines, like a local newspaper headline. And the 74 Decal Edge, you're probably all familiar with 69 Decal Edges. You imagine maybe you have 69s in your collection. Well, 74 was a test issue and I think it was distributed only in the Massachusetts area. And these are kind of hard to come by. And I was looking from the national last couple of years. I maybe see one dealer, maybe two dealers that have any of these in their showcases to sell. So finding a card of your specific player you want is a little harder to find. So adding a Willie Horton 1974 Decal Edge to my collection is something I'm very proud to add. There's a few other Willie Horton cards I'm looking for. I'd like to get a 69 Topps Super test issue. I see some on eBay, but they're a little pricey. I'm trying to find one a little decent price. I want his transfergram. I want his Cons Wieners. I think that's the biggest ones. Three I want. But the 69 Topps Super is a little bit, and I think there's another bazooka I would want. But that's my Willie Horton Rarities and Oddities collection. Find the super rare stuff of a Detroit Tiger Legend, one of my all-time favorite Tigers. And thank you for watching. Have a good night.